Yamuna comes from the where? Yamunotri. There's Saptarshikund on the top of the mountains. From there water flows. You know the Yamunotri. From there Yamuna comes up. So Ganga is the combination of three rivers. Alaknanda, Mandakini, Bhagirathi. Bhagirathi comes from the place the great king Rajarshi Bhagirath Maharaj performed austerities to bring Ganges from the heavenly planet to the earth planet. It is called Gangotri. The Mandakini comes from the Kedarnath. Alaknanda comes from the Badrinath. When you go to Badrinath, the river branch you see that is known as Alaknanda. Okay. All these three rivers combined. In Rudraprayag, Mandakini, Alaknanda combined. In Devaprayag, the Alaknanda, Mandakini, Bhagirath combined. From that place, the name of the Ganga comes up. Before that, you don't find the name Ganges. You can see confluence of these three rivers in Devaprayag. They are coming one direction and with heavy water flow. Don't try to go in nearby, you will be taken away. Very heavy water flow it is. Clean water. So there in the Badrika Ashram, Badrinath, near the Vyas Gufa, where Vyasa Maharshi stays, that is the place, there only you can see the river Saraswati. Other places you can't see. After that, it becomes part of the Alaknanda. It mixes with the Alaknanda river, which is known as a Ganges also. It means that Karda Maharshi was performing austerities on the bank of Saraswati, means definitely somewhere in the Badrika Ashram, Himalayan mountain. He was performing severe austerities. Purpose of the austerities is first to purify the senses. Rashdev Maharaj said, Tapo divyam putrakena sattvam, shuddhed yasmat brahma saukyam tvanantam. Austerities are required for the purification of senses. And the definition of austerities varies according to the age. What is the definition of austerities in the Satya Yuga? We cannot take it to the Kali Yuga. Okay? Satya Yuga, living entities, human being lifespan used to be 100,000 years. In the Treta Yuga, during which Lord Sri Rama appeared, lifespan of a living entity, human being, is 10,000 years. And Dwapara Yuga, lifespan is 1,000 years. And Kali Yuga, 100 years. Okay? As the Kali Yuga progresses, the highest maximum lifetime of any human being on the earth planet is maximum to 30 years. Nobody will reach 30. By the 15, 16 years, look like a old person. Read 30th, 12th canto. Because, like you see, we are supposed to be living for 100 years. By the age 60 come, we got so many problems, is it? We already say he's an old man. In the same way, when it comes to 30 years of age, maximum lifespan, it's same. Just like in the beginning of Dwapara Yuga, it starts from 1,000 years. But the same age coming to end, it goes to 100 years. Lord Krishna lived on this earth planet for how many years? 125 years. But not everybody, only Krishna could do. It is independent. He can stay how many years he wanted. Okay. So he was when performing severe austerities. Austerity, I was telling that by the austerities, the senses become divyam, very purified, divine. Srila Prabhupada writes that in the purport, he writes that the austerities for the age of Kali is getting up early in the morning, Brahma Muhurta, attending Mangalarti, fasting for Ekadasi, Janmashtami, Ramnavami, any Acharya's appearance, disappearance. If we can do this, austerity is enough for Kali Yuga. By doing so, spiritually, we get the mercy of the Lord. Materially what happens? We get the tolerance, good for the health, medical point of view also. Okay. So this austerity is required for the material progress and spiritual progress also. So he was performing severe austerities in days of Satya Yuga, in the beginning of the creation, for 10,000 years. And in the trance he was meditating. Having seen the Supreme Lord in trance, he used to worship the lotus feet of the Lord. One can meditate upon the Lord, manasika, mentally also. In the nectar of devotion, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that meditating upon the Lord mentally is more superior than physically. Means I am worshipping the Lord. I got the deity, I am doing worship. But is there guarantee that my mind is there? Physically I am sitting here, but where is my mind? Mind can be somewhere, is it? It can be in Johannesburg also, or India. But when you are mentally meditating upon the Lord, no matter where is your body, but with the mind you are with the Lord. So to be with the Lord mentally is very important. So that's why in the nectar of devotion also Srila Prabhupada writes that manasika japa is the very best one. But not everybody can do it. Those who can do, very good. All our great acharyas, they always used to do mental worship of the Lord. Okay. He gives an example, Srila Prabhupada. There was a one Brahmana. He was doing the manasik japa. He was greed also. He doesn't want to spend the money. But mentally he heard that some saintly person there say, you can do worship to worship Krishna mentally. So he was cooking mentally. One day he was preparing the kheer, sweet rice, mentally. He putting everything. Then time has come to offer to the Lord. He wanted to see, is it very hot? Because I am offering to the Lord, it should not be too hot. If Lord get hurted, he won't take it. So he wanted to take it. And he was closing the eyes mentally offering. So to test it very hot or not, he put his finger in the kheer, sweet rice. It got burnt, very hot. As he opened his eyes, it was very hot. Oh, my finger got burnt. So though he was mentally thinking, but physically actually when he saw, his finger was really burnt. So Srila Prabhupada says that the mental meditation of the Lord is very, very powerful. It is. Because body is already there, mentally we also be there. But here in the trance means physically and mentally you are with the Lord. Means the trance in the nectar of instruction very nicely explained what does it mean by the trance. Okay. So at that position one is completely out of the bodily consciousness, is on the soul proper Atma Bhuta Sthiti. In that he was meditating upon the Lord and serving the Lord. That's why I say the performing the devotional service. Having pleased with the devotional service of the Kardam Maharshi, Lord appeared. Lord Krishna in 400 form when he appeared, Lord was so pleased with the austerities of Kardam Maharshi. Why he was pleased? Everyone meditate upon the Lord for the liberation, which is very difficult. Okay. Lord can give anything material very easily. If you ask him to pure devotional service, Lord will not give so easily. You will think twice. Because if you give the pure devotional service, the devotees will control the Lord. Do you want to be controlled? None of us want to be controlled by somebody. Then how do you expect Lord to be controlled? But Lord says, Aham bhakta paradhina nahi swatantri vadvija. So material things, anything you ask, Lord will be very happy. So our Lord was very happy because just he want to marry a good girl, and he is performing so much austerity sincerely, such a great nishtha. So Lord was very much pleased with that austerities of the Lord. When you are very, very happy, tears will come or not. Because you cannot contain that happiness. Similarly, when very, very distressed, sorry, when you cannot be beyond our capability, tears will come from the eyes. But the difference of the tears due to happiness is the water will be close, very cold. But the tears coming due to distress will be little warm. You can check when you get it. Okay. So Lord here devotee should have become happy to see the beautiful form of the Lord, but here Lord Hari is become very pleased, become very happy, having seen the severe and sincere austerities of Karda Maharshi. The tears started flowing from the eyes of Lord Hari. Okay. Those eye drops when fell on the ground, I went to the Bindusara, that place where the tear drops of Lord Vishnu, Hari, fallen, that became a Bindu Sarovar. Bindu means eye drops. Sarovar means lake. So on the bank of the river Saraswati, a small lake is formed. That is known as the Bindu Sarovar. Okay. So Lord, having pleased, appears, and as Karda Maharshi saw the beautiful form of the Lord, he was meditating, but physically never saw before. But whatever the form he was meditating upon, the Karda Maharshi was able to see such a beautiful form of the Lord physically, then started glorifying the Lord, wonderful offering. He said that, my dear Lord, your appearance, by having seen your lotus feet, one will be liberated from this material universe. But however, I am a fool, I can sing. I was meditating upon you to get a good wife. Huh? Though it is not proper, but I was looking, because that my father's instruction, I should get married. So if I don't get the proper girl, my marriage life won't be proper. I also at the same time, I want not only the girl, at the same time I want liberation. I want a firm devotional service at your lotus feet. He wanted both. Okay. So in the prayers he says then, and he never asked anything that I want wife. He never asked, only said that I was doing for this one. So Lord, having pleased with the prayers offered by Karda Maharshi, Lord says that, the great says, I know what you are doing, okay? But understanding your desire to get a suitable girl, I already arranged. When I disappear from here, tomorrow, the Swambhu Manu, the emperor of Manu means, in the one day of Brahma, there will be 14 Manu. Manu is not the king or emperor of this earth planet, but all the whole universe come under his control. So whether heavenly planet, lower planet system or middle planet system, all the planetary systems are under his administrative control. Okay? It is not ordinary personalities. That like is there. He is not exactly demigod, but he got all the powers of the demigods. Okay. So Lord says that when I go from here, next day the Swambhu Manu will arrive with his daughter Devahuti. See, that girl is a princess, very suitable for you. You must accept his proposal for marriage with that girl. So having said it, because Lord Hari already told that he will come, so Karda Maharshi completed the sadhana, austerities. Before you start, just like we do the achaman and everything, we start the devotional service. In the same way, when you finish any devotional service also, there are certain procedures one has to do. End of this one. Huh? Just like when you do yajna, before yajna we take bath. After completion of yajna, again we have to take bath. If you don't take bath, again it is incompleted. Okay? That taking bath after yajna is different than the taking bath before yajna. So similarly, there are activities one should do. So Karda Maharshi also performed. Then after departure of the Lord, the worshipable sage. Here, Shukadev Goswami used the word Bhagavan Rishihi. The Rishi means a sage, but he was addressed with the Bhagavan, means he become so pure that become just like one with the Lord. When one is completely transcend three modes of material nature, properly situated in the pure mode of goodness, At that time the living entity also will also be at par with the Supreme Lord, the pure. For such a great personalities, in the scripture sometimes they use the word Bhagavan. Bhagavan Vedavyasa, though the incarnation is a human being, but still we address him with the Bhagavan. Bhagavan Nardarshi. Okay. So here, because such a transcendental personality, so Sukadeva Goswami is addressing him with the word Bhagavan. Okay. Stayed on the bank of Bindu Sarovara, awaiting the time of which Lord has spoken. Manusyandanamakhya shatakoma parichidam aropya swam dhuitaram labhavya paryatan mahim. Manu along with his queen and daughter Devahuti sitting on the chariot. They were traveling along the entire kingdom and came to the ashram, hermitage of Kardam Maharshi. So in the purport Srila Prabhupada writes that emperor is a great ruler, he can send somebody to look for the groom for his daughter, but he himself gone. Okay. Though no matter any agent, anybody may look, but they will not have that interest what the parents of the girl will have it. So the duty of the parents of the girl must be see that they must be satisfied in all respect, not materially and spiritually. Okay. Tasmin sudhanvanahani bhagavan yas samadhishat upayadasrama padam mune shantavartasya. Now Maitreya Rishi speaking to Vidura. The entire Bhagavatam is discussion between the great personalities. Sukadeva Goswami said that I am saying the no. So once Maitreya Rishi was telling to Vidura like that one. By that process what happened? It is a parampara system. It is a not mental concoction, or it is actually authoritative descriptions. As the Maitreya Rishi is par with the Vedavyasa Maharshi, and he heard directly from the Supreme Lord Krishna also, whatever he speaks is not different from the words of the Lord. So Vidura was asking, at the end of the Mahabharata war, when Uddhav was going, he wanted to go with Krishna, but Krishna said, Uddhav, you have to do some other work which I have not done it. Okay? Vidura was my great devotee, I never given him anything. But I want to give, I am going to speak the transcendental knowledge. You reveal this transcendental knowledge to Vidura also. So such a great, highly blessed by Krishna. So, and he was moving. One day Vidura, he never participated in the war. Before the war, left the palace. He was on the pilgrimage. Then once he came to Yamuna, Vrindavan, on the bank of Yamuna, he saw Uddhav sitting there. He went running to see Uddhav. He wanted to ask, Uddhav, can you tell me how is the Lord? What happened? What is the result of Mahabharata war? So Uddhav was surprised. You don't know anything. Huh? War already completed. Pandavas became victorious. And Supreme Lord Krishna also left this planet. When he heard that Supreme Lord Krishna left this planet, Vidura was very devastated. Then Uddhav said that, Vidura, you are so fortunate. Lord Krishna, Supreme Lord Krishna said that though you serve him so much, he never gave you anything. So he wanted to give the transcendental knowledge to you. He spoke to me and Maitreya. So immediately Vidura asked him that, can you tell me what is the knowledge he has given to you? He said, no, I am younger to you. Huh? For me, you like my uncle, father. I cannot teach you. Because according to the etiquette, younger should not teach the elders. But when Lord Krishna was speaking, the great sage Maitreya Rishi was also present. So you approach him and he will reveal whatever the knowledge Lord Krishna spoken to you. Vidura said, where can I find him? Somewhere in the Himalayas you will find, go. So Vidura from there goes. When he comes to Haridwar, nearby that Himalayan mountain, he found Maitreya Rishi. Immediately paid obeisances, asked Maitreya Rishi, and Maitreya Rishi also says, I am also searching for you. This responsibility is given by Lord Krishna, so I want to complete this responsibility. Now that by the mercy of the Lord you also came here, now sit. This is a conversation between Vidura and Maitreya Rishi. So Maitreya Rishi said that already. Now Maitreya Rishi said, oh Vidura, they who, Swami Bhumanu, his wife, and his daughter Devati, they reached the hermitage of the sage Kardam Rishi. We had just completed the vows of austerities. Okay? On the very day foretold by the Lord. Taddai bindusaro nama yasmin bhagavato netran anyapatan asrubindava krupaya samparitasya prapennirpataya brusham taddai bindusaro nama saraswatya pariplutam punyam shivamrita jalam mahasi ganasevitam, glorifying the Bindu Sarovar and Saraswati. The holy lake Bindu Sarovara, flooded by the waters of river Saraswati, was resorted to by hosts of eminent sages on the bank of the Ganges, on the banks of the Saraswati river, on the Himalayan mountain. You will find thousands of sages are performing austerities, even now also. The last king of the Sun dynasty and one king from the Moon dynasty, Vapu and Uma. What is the other name? The two kings are performing austerities in the Himalayan mountain. They will be performing austerities for millions of years. They started performing in the beginning of the Dwapara Yuga, and they will be performing till the end of this Kali Yuga. When Lord Kali appears, Krishna appears as a Kali, incarnates as a Kali, after destroying all the adharma, killing all the people who are inclined for the adharma, then you will install these two kings as. So that is the day where they enthroned on the kingdom. That is the beginning of the Satya Yuga. Okay? Those two great sages great kings are performing austerities in the Himalayan mountain. In the 9th chapter, 9th canto, you will find it. So in the Himalayan mountain, even now also you will come across many sages. If you go on the road, you don't see anyone. If you have to walk through the villages, mountains, you will come across the great personalities. Kardama underwent austerities to gain the causeless mercy of the Lord. And when the Lord arrived there, he was so compassionate that in pleasure he shed tears, which became Bindu Sarovara. Bindu Sarovara, therefore, is worshipped by the great sages and learned scholars, because according to the philosophy of the absolute truth, the Lord and the tears are non-different. Anything on the spiritual world, everything is by absolute nature. There is no difference between the Lord and any paraphernalia on that spiritual world. Similarly, anything emanating from the Supreme Lord is also non-different from Him. That's like when you do the Abhishek, I don't know here you do, you can see in Mayapur, when the Abhishek, Mahabhishek, any Abhishek is their lordships, and we put the clothes around the lords, deities, okay? After Abhishek, people want to take that cloth, this white cloth also here on my hand also, with Abhishek cloth, okay? Because that cloth, though it is on the body of the Lord, non-different from the Lord. The very auspicious. People like to have this, any paraphernalia, whether flower, anything from the Lord's body is equivalent to the Lord and auspicious. So here Srila Prabhupada also mentioned, are not different, just as the drops of perspiration which fell on the feet of the lotus feet of the Lord, then flow in the heavenly planet and earth planet and lower planet known as a Ganges. Because it is coming from the feet of the Lord, it is as pure and holy as the Supreme Lord Himself. This, therefore, anyone taking a bath on the rivers waters of the Ganges, he will be definitely free from the reaction of all the sinful activities and can become a devotee of the Lord. Both are transcendental entities and are worshipped by the great sages and scholars. The water of Bindu Sarovara is described here as a Shivamrita Jala. Shiva is La Prabhupada. La Prabhupada, every time we take the meaning of the different words looking into the particular context on which he is speaking. Okay. Shiva also curing of what? Material diseases. That's why it is said Shiva means, original meaning is auspicious, all auspicious. Okay. Lord Shiva means is auspicious deity. Okay. So here, why auspicious? When you are cured of the material problem, then only it is auspicious. What is the material problem? Birth and death, old age and disease. Okay. Anyone who can cure that one, it is Shiva. That's why because the Ganges water and Bindu Sarovar water emanating from the Lord, they are powerful enough to cure this material disease. That's why called Shiva Amritam, Shiva Jala. Shiva means curing. Anyone who drinks the water of Bindu Sarovara is cured of all material diseases. Similarly, anyone who takes his bath in the Ganges also relieved of all material diseases. These claims are accepted by the great scholars and authorities and are still being acted upon even in the fallen age of Kali. You can practically see it. Any water you take from any other source, river or pond, keep it for 1 month. What will happen? You take the water and keep in a container. What will happen? You never tried it. Try. Even after 1 week, you will find a fungus formation. Slightly greenish will come up. But this Ganges water, even now also, take the water and keep it for 1 year. No fungus, no decomposition. It will remain pure. You can practically, when you happen to go there, Mayapur or anywhere, take the Ganges water in bottle and keep in your room for 1 year, 2 years, 10 years. The water will still remain pure. Because it's transcendental water, Ganges water. If anybody taking bath and the river, many of the is purified of the many of the material diseases. Okay. Those are devotees, they take bath for the spiritual benefit. Okay. So here Srila Prabhupada, these claims are accepted by the great scholars. Everyone accepted that the Ganges water and Bindu Sarovar water is also has a very, very purifying effect. And physically one can see. So just to hear today's discussion is that after Lord Vishnu having disappeared from the scene and Karda Maharshi was waiting for the day as told by Lord Hari for the arrival of Swambhu Manu. Okay. Swambhu Manu had how many daughters he had? It already came. Swambhu Manu had 3 daughters. Okay. Okay. Tomorrow we'll discuss them. Any question? Not much discussion today. Srimad Bhagavatam Puran ki jai, jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, Mataji. Can you go? I can't hear. Bindu Sarovar.
Hare Krishna. So Bindu Sarovar was the teardrop of Lord Vishnu. Bindu Sarovar.
Too much echo. But I don't say too much echo. What Mata is saying?
So Bindu Sarovar was the teardrop of Lord Vishnu.
I didn't see Bindu. I went there, Bhadra Ashram and Saraswati, but I didn't come across because one can go up to that point, Vyasudha. Beyond that you cannot go. The river Saraswati beyond that also. Bhadrika Ashram comes after that. So that is what last place one can go After that, China border starts 8 kilometers from there. So that's why after that, normal public are not allowed. 83, when I went, I was in the uniform. I was supposed to be going behind that border post. But due to some reason, I didn't take, because to go to the border post, I must take permission from higher authorities. So, could be Bindu Sarovar must be there if you go ahead of the Vyasa Maharshi ashram. But I didn't see it. Saraswati river, you can see it.
Yeah, the Saraswati river is basically underground, right?
After that place, Vyasa Gufa, it mixes with the Alaknanda, which we say Ganga.
Okay.
It said that Ganga Yamuna can be seen, Saraswati flowing underneath.
Underground, yeah.
It cannot be seen.
Cannot see here.
Because it is all becoming one with the Alaknanda there. You getting my point? Okay. As such, the Saraswati river cannot be seen. Okay. That's why this Shivites also, what the three lines they put it, that is Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. Okay. But the central line will be very thin. Huh? You might have seen Shivites, they put the three lines that denote the Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. But the central line is supposed to be very, very thin. Not much visible, but they put big all the three. That is the philosophical approach is there for that, is that
By your blessings, Maharaj. Yeah.
When I went in 1980,